Hello everyone, welcome to another Android beginner tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to talk about buttons and set an on-click listener to the button to get the action when the user presses the button. To get the user action, first we need to go to the main activity and let's create a button. And I'm going to call this button B send email. And when you press Alt Enter, the button gets created. The button B send email that we created is here in Java, but we need to connect the button that we created in the XML file to the button that we created in Java. And to do that, we get the button from the XML file by doing something called as find view by ID, and we say that r.id.b1. So the b1 is the ID that we have given for the button here, and we say that we find the button with the ID b1 and we assign it to the button B send email. And to get the click from the user, we need to set an on-click listener, and to do that we say B send email dot set on click listener, and Android Studio fills this up for us, and we say new view dot on click listener. And when you press Alt Enter, Android Studio would implement the methods for us. And so whenever a button press is detected from the user, the on click method gets called, and we are going to use something called as toast. A toast is something that we can denote the user, and we will see how the toast works. And we are going to say button pressed, and there are two options that we could use here, length short or length long. That denotes how long the toast will get displayed, and I want to say dot show. So we cannot use this here. We need to create something called as context, and we're going to say this. So when we press Alt Enter, the context class will get imported automatically, and we can pass in the context here. So when I run this program now, let's see what happens. So as you could see, when I press send email, a toast appears, and which is the text that we created here, button pressed. Now let's try to get the text from the edit text that we created earlier. So I'm going to say edit text et email, and similar to the button that we created, we can get the view from the ID, and to do that we need to pass in edit text and find r.id.et1, and that's the ID that we used earlier here, et1. And I'm going to replace the text that we use for toasting. I'm going to say string text equals et email dot get text dot toString, and I'm going to toast the string variable that we just created. So what I am doing here is I'm getting the text from the edit text and converting it to a string, and that's the string text object that we just created, and I'm toasting that. So whenever the user presses the button, the edit text will get toasted. And let's run this and see. So I'm going to type Alex, and when I press send email, Alex gets toasted. And we could type whatever we want, and that will get toasted as well. Let me type Vijay, and that is being toasted. And this is done similarly to all the other UI components as well. If we want them to be imported in Java to make some kind of changes to the logic, we could do that by creating text view, and then we can get the view by referencing the ID similar to that. And this applies for layouts and all kinds of UI components. That's it for this tutorial. I will see you guys in the next tutorial. This is Alex Vijayaraj. Have a good one.